Hi, welcome to the Who We Be podcast. My name is Nina V, and I'm your host. I'm so excited to be having this conversation with you guys today. We'll be talking with Lyrac about polyamory. I am not well versed. I have had a situation in which I was dating somebody who that was their lifestyle, um, and it didn't go well because I'm not polyamorous. But I am very interested to hear more about it in a more ethical and considerate way and to have an honest conversation about what it looks like to give your heart to multiple people, what it looks like to love multiple people, what it looks like even in like a sexual preference or lifestyle. Is it just intimacy? I have lots and lots and lots of questions that have gone unanswered for years. So if you're like me and you are starting at ground zero of just trying to understand different lifestyles, and one of those lifestyles is polyamory, this is the podcast for you. I'm so excited to have you guys here with me, and let's please welcome our guest, Lyric. Welcome to the podcast, Lyric.
Hi.
Hi. Okay,
Thank you for
so
having me.
no problems. I'm so glad that you were able to do this. Because when I was thinking about just the overall, I don't know, just the breakdown of this pod, I like we're mutuals, and I was like, I wonder if I could just DM her.
Okay.
But I thought that it would be fun. I thought that you would be somebody. This podcast is centered around Black women, and I wanted it to be a peer. I wanted to be somebody who spoke our language and our understanding
hmm
instead of like this over the head conversation. I still want it to be. I'm interested in interested in education and just like the whole nuances of it all, but I want it to be applicable to everybody else who are like me, who are just like starting at the bottom. Like I have no idea how it works, what's going on,
Yeah.
what's the difference, that kind of thing. So when we're talking about polyamory, what does that mean? Does it have a different definition for every relationship? Is there a general kind of blurb? How does it go down?
So I don't want to brand myself as the polyamory expert, but from what
Oh,
I've seen, but from what I have seen, polyamory usually is like someone that is able to love multiple people at a time, rather than like monogamy, which you're able to love or or love one person at a time. For me
okay.
personally, I do look at it as different ways. Like you can be a polyamorous person in a monogamous relationship. You can be a monogamous
Okay.
person in a polyamorous relationship. So like it depends on like what situation you are in. Like there are some people that maybe not really know it, but maybe they're not meant for just one person because there's a stigma, but like
Yeah.
maybe like it is hard for them to be faithful to their partners, or it's hard for them to like just give their attention to one person. I do believe that people are like polyamorous or monogamous based on like what they, just like how some people are lesbian and some people
Yeah.
are gay, some people are bisexual, pansexual. I believe like that's like the more how people love than like who they're loving.
Okay. So with that, how what is the difference in between like polyamory and an open relationship?
So polyamory and an open relationship, I don't really. I think an open relationship is a part of polyamory, but
Okay.
polyamory is not always a part of. I think polyamory is more descriptive of like the individual, and an open relationship is like the term of like what their relationship is facing at the time. Because like you can be a
Okay.
polyamorous person and maybe find yourself with a monogamous person, so you're not dating anybody else, or you can like open up your relationship and like it's okay for y'all to date other people, date people together, like whatever rules y'all come up with for your relationship. That's what it
Okay.
is.
So the open relationship is more kind of like rules. Polyamory is more of, I guess, maybe like a lifestyle.
Yeah.
Okay.
hmm
Okay, cool.
hmm
How did you kind of figure out in a very monogamous
hmm
Howard world, how did you figure out like that was your route and this is how you love?
So I don't. Well, as you know, I'm a queer woman. I
Yes.
I am still coming to terms with using the term lesbian, but I have never been with a
Oh,
man and don't. am not really interested with being met with men. So everybody tells me I'm a lesbian. So
That's what they tell me, girl, but who knows what?
everybody keeps telling me I'm a lesbian. So I've always kind of like I've never been fully attached to like like just the normalized heteronormative aspect of love.
Okay.
Like even as a young girl, you know how all girls like they have their idea of their wedding and their marriage and like what
Yeah.
kind of man they want and like how many kids they want. I didn't have that. Like I'd be like, how do y'all want to marry someone and I have a crush on this person and this person and this person? And because I'm a Libra moon, I'm a Libra stellium, I did have a crush on like damn near everybody. If you was cute enough, I have a crush on you.
My
So I'd
sister.
be like, if I know I'm gonna be in love, does my crushness just go off? And it doesn't. So so like it's just like maybe I know like I don't I have the capacity to love more than one people or to like entertain more than one people or
I feel that as a Libra myself, I definitely I it has been very like I talk to my sister all the time. I'm a Libra Aquarius moon. She's a Libra Gemini moon. So
Oh.
we are like the air sign, like we really in there. But I talk all the time about like how I feel like there is such this drive to I don't know, like be with this person and find your person and like
Hmm.
do this thing and like you're supposed to get married and you're supposed to have these kids and it's not that I don't want to, but it's just that like I see that like I'm 25. I'm like, girl, that can happen when I'm 40, right? Like I wait like 15,000 you know what I mean? I just like never find it. When I was little, I did dream of my wedding and I thought that
Hmm.
I was going to be with more men, but it just didn't end up happening like that. Like
Usually how it go.
I've always dated women. And so now that I'm in this stage where I feel like everybody around me are like becoming mothers and like people are getting engaged and I'm like, is that the thing that we're supposed to be doing? But like, I don't feel it. I don't feel it at all. And
Hmm.
I'm trying to find that balance. I don't necessarily think that I'm polyamorous because I'm very well. That leads into my next question. I'm a very like jealous person. I think I'm
Hmm.
not outwardly jealous, but in my head, I'm like, we're gonna get into it later. So with being polyamorous, do you ever how do you handle that if you do feel it, like the jealousy of it? Or is it just kind of like you have an understanding so you don't it doesn't come to that point?
So I actually have I'm in a polyamorous relationship actually. And the first time my partner liked someone else or was like dating someone else, I was jealous as
Yeah, yeah.
I was jealous as I was like, oh, all right, all right, all right. But also like, but I wasn't as jealous when I was dating.
You
So
know,
like
I can do it, but you cannot do it.
so then like just even thinking of that aspect is like all right, all right, all right, if I know that if I'm like dating someone else or like just even entertaining someone else, if I know that it's not going to affect the way that I love and view my partner, then I have to trust them with that as well. So
Okay.
honestly, and also kind of like that experience kind of brought me face to face with my ego and even like
Ooh.
what really riles up my jealousy. Like what am I jealous of? Like, is it because maybe I feel like they'll love them more than me? Is it because maybe I think they're more attractive than me? Like, where is that inherent jealousy coming from? Especially as someone that doesn't believe that we belong. Essentially, we don't really belong to anyone. Like my
Yeah.
partner is their own full own person. They dated people before me. If we break up today, they'll be date people after me. Like it's they don't inherently like belong to me.
Yeah.
So like it just really kind of brought me like face to face with like, well, what does loving really look like and mean like to you? So it is something that I had to be like, okay, okay, but it is something like I work through because I naturally do stuff like that. I mean, like, well, where is it coming
Okay.
from?
I feel that. I don't that's a good question to ask yourself. I never really thought about it like what is the root of this like jealousy or this feeling? I think if I were to ask myself that question, it would definitely be like, you cannot love them more than me. Like I like that
Mm,
that
that's
simply
honest.
It simply cannot happen, girl.
Yeah.
Okay, so okay, so you've figured out whatever that reason is for you. You don't have to share if you don't want, but whatever that reason is for you, how did you kind of like heal that part so that when it comes up, you know how to address it?
How I heal that part is I wouldn't say healed because
Okay.
I don't believe in healed. I don't think that's a real thing. Like
Yeah.
so like I could say all this on the podcast right now, but if my partner brings a new girl home today and I think they're too close, I'm gonna be a whole nother person than what I'm saying right now. I'll tell you that.
Like this is me censored and
This is
controlled.
me centered and control. But like what helped me in that particular instance was the fact that I realized at that time they were dating someone and I wasn't. So all my time and energy, like, it kind of felt like splitting my time a bit, which made me
I
feel
get you.
like, yeah, it made me feel like, oh my God, am I not important anymore? Which also kind
Yeah.
of brought me to a place of like, okay, this is all coming intrinsically. Like, but now that I have gone through that, I don't see myself really maybe feeling this way for the next one just because like you've been through it before, so it's not
Yeah.
like, especially with me and my partner, our connection is solid. Like I have no complaints. Like one thing I know is that I love my partner and they love me. I've been
Yeah.
with them so many years. Like we know each other so well. Like I don't. They're more than just like the Western love. Like this is my partner. Like this is
Right.
like that's my family at this point. Like
Yeah.
we're literally a family. So especially because we are still young and hot too.
You know?
Of course, people gonna like my partner. Of
You
course, people like
know?
me. Of course, they may see someone young and hot as well. And me, as someone that loves young and hot people as well, like it just hits a little different now that I've actually was have been able to face it.
Okay. When did you kind of get to the point of, because were you monogamous at some point, or did you have this idea, like you said, like you had this idea when you were younger of like, okay, I have these
Hmm.
multiple crushes. Did you just kind of run with it, or did you try to fall into that monogamous like feeling, or whatever
Hmm.
that is, and then finding your way into something else?
That's exactly how it happened.
Okay.
So it started with because I had a crush on someone else outside of our relationship,
Okay.
and I was kind of entertaining it. And because I am who I am, I felt bad for entertaining, like even just like flirting back a little. I was like,
Yeah.
like, is my partner gonna be mad at me? But I talked to my partner about it. And once we talked about it, we came to the root that like on a scale of 1 to 10, like how much is like, and we are like,
Yeah.
is it gonna make me like so it is something that we had to communicate our true feelings the entirety of the way. And if you can't communicate in polyamory, then don't do it, baby. Don't do it. But but the communication aspect of like being honest, like, hey, I have a crush on someone else, like, and I kind of want to, entertain it a little bit more.
Yeah.
Like I like, just asking like, is that like, how do we feel about it? Like, is it gonna make you like feel like or show resentment towards me? Like, is it going to? But like when actually going down the path, it was really mostly like the jealousy aspect that came up. Like, do you love them more than me? Do they have something I don't have? Da 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 da. But then also
Okay.
sitting with myself and like knowing myself, can't no other woman remember what I got.
You know?
Like
You know?
I'm me. Like I'm literally me. Also, my partner, you're you. If I'm talking to someone else, it literally is a different connection. I do feel like once I separated from the fact that like I think like people have this that people are replaceable in their
Yes.
heads, but
Yes.
they maybe their place in your life is replaceable, but you can't really replace a person because everyone's different. So like sitting with that as well, kind of like when once we like just opened up and spoke about it more, like
Yeah.
and really dived into it, it really just took off from there. You're just
I
like,
like
okay.
I like that because I always like my mom when I was little. I was raised in a single parent household, and she always had so many best friends, and so
Hmm.
friendships are really important to me. And she would always say, like, your friend for this isn't your always your friend for this other thing, and your friend for this isn't always friends for this. And that doesn't mean like you can't mix and mingle your friend groups, or you have to like separate them all or that kind of
Yeah.
thing. but different people have different strengths and different weaknesses and different abilities. So just in that same vein, I hear you saying like, okay, the connection is different because the people are different,
Yeah.
and they just I guess maybe fulfill different areas or different needs or different wants or
Yeah.
desires.
Yeah.
I
Exactly.
I like that. I like that. So when it comes to love and just your love languages, how do you, I don't know, when having multiple partners, because in my head, whenever I think about it, I think of it on such a, I think like stereotypical level of like
Mm-hmm.
being like, child, I don't know if I can text back three people that like I don't know if I got it in me. Like it's not. I feel like it's less of the like giving love to people, but more of the maintenance of
Yeah.
loving so many
Mm-hmm.
people. How do you balance that?
So I've never been in a situation where I'm texting back three people at a time. I'll tell you that right now.
Love that.
Like,
Love that.
I feel like when people think of polyamorous, they think like, oh, you're just in the streets. You're acquiring
Right.
niggas like infinity stones. Okay. Like you're just picking them up. All
Like
right.
you and you and you and you.
Like, you add it to the cart, add to the cart, add to the cart. Like, but I think of connecting on a genuine level. You can give you know how many followers you have on Twitter. You know how many you could connect, give people your number, but how many of them really do just stick?
Yeah.
Like it's not something where like just because I am agreeing to entertain this person that this is my partner now. Like I gotta drop this. Like I'm gonna give them
Okay.
time. Like it does progress, especially for me. When it comes to dating, I've never been like a let's get into it. Like I'm a
Yeah.
slow burn kind of girl. Like I got to get to know you before I could even hold your hand type of shit. Like I don't
What's
I don't
your
like
what's your sun sign?
I'm a Scorpio, baby.
Okay, yeah.
I'm a Scorpio,
Yeah.
baby. I don't play that. You're
Okay.
not gonna be in my space like that. Don't do it.
You're like,
Because
this
it's
is
not
private. This is sacred.
private. It's sacred. You got to pass the test to get through the another levels,
Yeah.
okay?
Yeah.
So like for me personally, I've never like when I connect with people, it's not something where like, oh, you fine. I'm finna
Yeah.
I also am kind of like I'm sapiosexual in that way. Like I do connect like maybe on intellectual conversations. Maybe we talked about something
Okay.
and I like your views. I like what you said. So like it is I've never been in a place where I actually have been texting 25 or three people at once even like because like it's hard for me to
Yeah.
get there with a couple like it
Right.
was hard to
Right.
get there with my partner like like you're not gonna get that from me, so that's why I feel like sometimes polyamory does get like the stigma that it gets
Yeah.
because when people think of it they're just like, oh, you're fucking everyone, oh, you're being dangerous, you're passing around STIs,
You
you have
know?
like bitches, bitches, bitches galore. And it's just like sometimes people just want to honor the connections that they feel. Like one thing about me, I will say I really do appreciate and love a genuine connection. And I don't want
Yeah.
my me being in a relationship to be a blockage of opening genuine connections. Like and they don't have to be like even with dating, it doesn't have to be like sexual all the time or whatever, but if we're clicking and we connect, I am the type that I'll be like, okay, let's click and connect further, like see where that goes.
Yeah.
I just got to get to the click and connect part first.
Okay. Okay. So then I would, I'm going to guess your love languages with that. Do you feel like you're more of a words of affirmation quality time person?
Yes, I would say
Okay.
quality time, acts of service type person.
Acts of service. Okay.
Yes, I do. I feel like when people be like, romance, get me some flowers, get me some cake and roses. Here's romance from eBay. I got your oil change and put a note in
You
there.
hear me? You
Here's
hear
some
me?
romance from eBay. I know that you're tired of paying for gas for the week. I filled your tank up. Like like that's
Exactly.
my love language.
I feel you
So
on that.
okay, but the number one is quality time. I do prioritize connection and connecting. And of course, the only way to get there is by spending time
Spend
together.
some
So
time
I would
together.
say, yeah, quality time.
I like that. I feel like people do give polyamory a bad rap. I personally had an experience where I dated someone and I didn't know that they were polyamorous until like we're in it and like they it's not, the communication wasn't there and that kind of thing. So I feel like some people, I think there is a side of people who are developing it and don't know how to get that communication going, or maybe apprehensive to communicate that to their partner.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's some people who are using it as like a smoke screen to just go out there and like fool around. And that's where like that stereotype comes from, because people are claiming that, and it's like, now
Where's the
that's,
ethical there?
you didn't have to do all that. Like,
Look, I like how when people say ethical non-monogamy, the ethical is is where I think people fall off from
yes,
sometimes.
yes.
It definitely has to be ethical, otherwise you are just fooling around on people. Like
You
you genuinely are. Like,
exactly. Like, this is not an excuse to just go and cheat or to go and, just do some foolishness. This is having those conversations.
okay.
How do you think, if somebody is in that, they're kind of, so like, say me, I'm feeling like, okay, maybe I want to explore these different connections. I have this primary partner and we're doing so well. How do you start that conversation and say, okay, I think even if you don't, maybe you do or you don't have a crush on somebody, or you're exploring this connection, but you just have this feeling. How do you convey that feeling to a partner of a long term?
So I don't know how people are, but me, I'd be like, hey babe, I think I like I'm just saying, I'm not, I'm gonna
I
say
think
it.
I like somebody.
Look, for me, like I feel like when if I'm being true and honest and like it really taking the time to explain myself and like make you see where I'm coming from, I have no problem saying it because it's the truth. Like, but I can't do nothing else about that. Which I was gonna say, like that's where the unethical aspect comes in, or where like the polyamory gets a bad rap sometimes too. I can see people it being very hard for people to be like, oh my god, I like someone else, especially when we do kind of pour damn near all of ourselves whenever we're in
Yeah.
in a partnership. Like I see my romance from this one place, I see my attraction from this one place, so if they look off, then that means that I'm not fulfilling everything they need. I'm not the type of person that believes one person can fulfill everything I need because I fulfill my needs. Like
Yeah.
other people, like they add and they contribute, but I would say like I've never like I've never put all that on my partner.
Yeah.
So like when you have that aspect of like not wanting to hurt people, not wanting to like make them feel like I don't want to see them no more, or I'm feeling less, I'm not loving you as much, that's where you get people that start lying and cheating. Because if we think
Okay.
about it, you know how many people that cheat on their partners like consistently without ever sitting like, hey, maybe I might be polyamorous, like maybe I'm not monogamous to my core, maybe I don't have it in me to like not, because of course monogamy is a choice, like being in a
Right.
monogamous relationship is you have to choose to cut it off. But for some people it really is harder for them because like maybe you do have the capacity to love more than one person, and a lot of these girls whose niggas is cheating on them,
Uh,
y'all know that your man can love like be with other women and still love you, like like we all know that. But of course with romantic love and how it is viewed in the West, it is stuck with just the two.
yeah.
So like if people were like really honest about that more, I feel like there would just be a bit more peace. And people were just more honest in general, there'd be a bit more peace in the world. People could sleep at night. Girls wouldn't be
You
crying at
know,
their after going through their nigga phone. Like,
you know, because I think that it, like, I don't I, there are so many things that I think are changing with just like the political climate and things like that, and
hmm
that kind of thing. But I think I have this theory
hmm
that as like the economy and like all this kind of shit just crashes around us, and it's harder to live and like to get a home by yourself, it's harder to do
hmm
XYZ, people are going
hmm
to start living in these like villages, and you're going
hmm
to, I feel like we're going to see more of that kind of side of people, of being more honest and being more introspective about like who they want to love and how they want to love, because at some point our options are going to be so restricted, that just in life in general, your options to do anything,
yeah.
that you're going to be forced to look inside yourself and ask yourself what you really want. And
Mm.
you're gonna have to be honest at some point, because doing the whole like Nick Cannon shebang and the whole all this other stuff, I feel like then we end up in a situation where it's just a stereotype.
Yeah.
We're just doing this for, I don't know, we're doing this for kicks and giggles. He thinks he's,
Yeah.
doing a whole legacy situation, and I have a whole conversation about how your kids are not your legacy, but
Yes.
like,
No, literally.
um, so I find that really interesting, because I mean, even I don't I think people are not allowing themselves to date, and I have a whole situation about dating to
Mm.
marry. I think that puts
Mm.
so
I agree.
much pressure on finding a person, and then when you're with that person, when, like, let's say like you do by happenstance find love, and like it's so nice and things like that, because you're so hell-bent on being in this tight bound situation,
Mm-hmm.
you kind of let the red flags fly out the window because you're
Yes.
so focused on getting to this goal.
Yes.
How do you see or view marriage now that you have accepted this part of you, and you feel like you're open, your heart is more open to different people and building these connections? Is there room for being married and, say, having a crush or having a girlfriend, and what does that look like?
I am married.
You are
I'm super married as fuck.
married. Stop. Okay, I love this.
My partner is literally my wife. Yeah. But that's another reason where it makes me think of Will Smith and Jada.
Okay.
Everybody in that whole debacle, I actually had to turn it off because it just shows how like small minded and in a box that people can think,
Yes.
especially putting it on the woman. Well, which really just because hers came out. Because let's say if it was Will Smith fucking on another girl, he would not be getting that type of
He wouldn't
backlash.
have. He wouldn't have.
And I know that he has because they were in an open relationship and he's Will Smith.
Yes.
You think there's no girl that he was, come on now, it's
Okay.
Will Smith.
And
We saw him in the
he be,
90s.
he be getting real fine in between the movies.
We saw him in the 90s. He was getting girl.
Okay.
I know it. You don't have to tell me.
Yo, at all.
Like, but at the end of the day, that's their business.
You know?
If she is fucking on someone else and he is fucking on someone else and they know about it and they're okay, why do you care? That's not your man and that's not your woman. That's not your family. That's not your kids. You don't even live in the neighborhood. You're not even in the same tax bracket. Why are you worried about it? Why are you worried about that?
And why does she
I,
have to be the spokeswoman for every black woman around America now that is a married woman? Like, what are we doing?
it's because this type of practice is actually not new. We called them swingers back in the day. It was something to keep quiet and but like in reality, people not being monogamous is super normal. Like we are at the root of our nature, we're animals.
Yeah.
Scientifically, like we are. And the one of the essential things in life is connection, even sex. Like some people do want to fuck around on a bunch of people. Like
Mm-hmm.
like it's completely natural. So in a marriage, especially since being married myself, I realized that this is my home and my family. My partner, they are they're the person that I partner with to create a life with.
Yeah.
When you're married and you take those vows and they say through sickness and in health, through like death do you part, all that stuff, it's also through the many growth and phases that you go through as a human being. Like think of yourself now at 25 and how you were at 19, 20. Would you say you're the
Right.
same exact girl?
No. And thank the Lord for it. Okay.
I'm 28 now and I know for a fact I'm not even who I was when I was 25. And I
Yeah.
know when I'm 35, I'm going to look back now and be like, "Wow, I've changed so much." You do have to bend the rules and open the box, especially if you're looking to stay with someone that long. Because the person when my partner and I met, I was 18 and they were
Wow.
21. Yeah, that's when we first met. And when we started dating, I was already a different girl. And then like 5 years in, I was already a different girl. And like now I'm a woman. Is there's a lot of stuff that's out the
Yeah.
window. Like we have like I feel like even Will Smith and Jada, they have been married since we were I
Yeah.
want to say before we were born type stuff. And like literally they're still together as a partnership because I feel like in American and Western culture, they put such a heavy romance on the love and family aspect and not realizing that this is your love and family and partner as you grow in life. It makes me think of Bell Hooks in All About Love, how she explains love as something that is caring about the spiritual, mental, emotional, and all that type of growth of a person. It's not just the
Yeah.
romance is like small because we love each other romantically. That's true, but our love stems deeply from loving each other as people. And
Yeah.
sometimes as a person, I'm gonna get a crush. Sometimes a person, they're gonna get a crush. As sometimes as a person, I'm getting on your nerves this week. We might not speak, but we are married, so we're gonna stay together. But like,
Yeah.
it's not gonna be like every 2 seconds. I like unless like truly you're being harmed and abused, like that's different.
Yeah.
But like working through the different phases of life and what you're feeling and that is what you're supposed to be as a partner essentially, like caring about the physical, emotional, spiritual growth of your partner. So I don't really hold for like being in a marriage, especially like, being in one now for a few years now and like really understanding the aspect that I have created my own family. I'm creating my own life. I'm the
Yeah.
master of that. I don't really feel like I feel like more like honest with myself. Like even like how I was saying earlier, I'm polyamorous, but I've never been texting people more than once or like three people at a time. Like I'm polyamorous that I like if I do meet a connection, I'll honor it, but that doesn't mean I'm gonna be I know myself and I'm not the type to like just be going around acquiring people like
Right.
infinity
There's a
stones.
difference
I've
in
never been that.
between being open to it and seeking it.
Yes, there's
Yeah.
a difference. And like also, I would say being with the partner I have too, it does make it easy for me for to be honest with myself. We have always had that connection where we could just lay it down and be like, "Hey, this is how I'm feeling." And as a
Yeah.
Scorpio queen, I need to just be honest. Don't give me no wrapped up in a bow, none of that. Give me the real deal so I can know where we're at. So because we have that, it does make it easier for us to like really,
Yeah.
do what we want to do, be on our own stuff, like and honor each other in that way.
I love that because love seems to be so dare I say trendy. Like it gives a
It
people
does.
people have like an aesthetic of what love is supposed to look like, of what their relationship is supposed to look like.
Mm-hmm.
And even myself, I really resonate with just how you want to receive communication. I'm a Scorpio Mercury. So my
Ooh.
communication really does come off as sometimes I would say hard, but it's meant to be like direct
Yeah.
because I want no room for confusion. And especially when you're choosing to love somebody and in a partnership, I'm in my first long term partnership. We've been together for 3 years.
Period.
And it is so true when people say it is a choice to get up and choose to love somebody. Like it is a
Yes.
choice for you to say that you're in this and what are you willing to
Mm.
not sacrifice, but what are you willing to like work on? What are you willing
Mm-hmm.
to give? What are you not willing to give? And what does that really look like? Not just like the Instagram pictures with the balloons and the rainbows and all that kind of stuff, or the TikTok cute videos. I mean, they are cute, and who doesn't want to like showcase and show
Mm-hmm.
their love? But on the other hand, on the day to day, it is about like it is fostering a relationship, and
Yeah.
I think that we are losing as a community. I feel like Black people. Well, I can argue both sides that community is becoming more of a thing just because of like our political climate and some as much it is maybe a thing. I don't think that people really know what it means to be a community member
Yeah.
and
Oh, I love that you brought that
how
up.
to really love somebody and how to not
Mm.
feel like it's a give and take or it's a transactional
Yeah.
situation in any relationship.
Yeah.
So it's
I say.
really yeah, it's really interesting just like getting into a relationship or even like
Mm-hmm.
when you feel like you're in a space where you're open to love and you're single. How can you show up? Like what does your look like when it's active, when you're moving, when your life is happening and you're growing as a person and things are happening? How do you
Mm.
still choose to love somebody in that time? And for me personally, it has been hard. Like I'm an only child. I'm Libra. I'm very like me, 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 me. So like
Yes.
learning how to be in a relationship with somebody and saying like, okay, I care about them enough and I love them enough to consider them
Mm-hmm.
and to prioritize them, and
Mm-hmm.
but still learning how to not. I think the immaturity of love, of losing yourself in
Mm-hmm.
somebody,
Mm-hmm.
um, finding that balance is very interesting, and it's hard. That's the only word that
Yeah.
I have for it. Is that it's
Yeah.
hard.
It is hard, especially because when you're in a relationship, it is easy to become enmeshed into your partner, especially like, the way that we are taught to love specifically. But yeah, I love that you brought up the word immature because at times it does feel very immature. Like how you were saying, like the flowers, the TikTok videos, it's really cute, but a real relationship, there's so much more to it. That
Yeah.
stuff is very surface level.
You
Like,
know?
what if your partner is someone that struggles with mental health issues and maybe they have borderline personality disorder or bipolar disorder? I think of people who are in relationships with people like that.
Yeah.
Like, though of course we're seeing the outings, the outfits, the
You
TikToks and stuff
know?
like that, but when your partner is at home throwing around things, breaking things, yelling things and scaring you, what are like that's a part of it, and learning how to love someone through that, that's a real thing. Like sometimes even when I hear like podcasts that talk about relationship stuff, I be tapping out because I feel like there's like a ceiling to where it can go. Like we're
Yes.
not really diving deep into the nuances of what love is, of being a human in general.
Yeah.
Like that's why marriage at times can be hard, or like people that stay together for a long time, yeah, you're gonna have to put up with some stuff. Like, because of course, like you are someone and that's your partner, that's true, but they're also their own individual person living their own lives, having their own experiences,
Yes.
wants, desires, all that stuff. So it's never going to be a smooth, perfect ride. There's going to have to be lots of compromise, not in a way that you truly like, weaken the knees.
You know?
Of course, you got to have your limits. You got to,
You
be at
know?
a place, but also like just knowing, I feel like in the way love is viewed nowadays, people are so ready to be like, hey, I don't fuck with you no more because you do this, or
Yes.
you've done this, or maybe you see it this way. Like I understand, like, not being able to click with someone because their values are different, or maybe their values are changing, but I do feel like sometimes people throw away people because like they're not fulfilling them in a way, in
Yes.
a way like that. Like,
Yeah.
which can be like very, it can be immature
Yeah.
because, like, number one, you can't just throw people away. You don't want nobody to throw you away. You know you're not going to come with any, like, you could be perfect for real.
Mm-hmm.
So you can't really like just throw people away unless like you truly know that you don't have it for that person. Like, this is like giving you the ick. Like you can't, like, that's being honest
Yeah.
with yourself. But if you're like, if you know you love that person, and like, if and like you don't want to throw it away because, or like you're able to still love them through whatever they go through in their life, that is actual love. Like that is being there for someone, because at
Yeah.
the end of the day, we all going through some messy stuff. Like being a human is messy in general. So like
Every day.
we have to look, we get, like I say, you have to pick and choose your battles.
Yeah.
So
It is really like well, I guess my question to you would be how do you have that boundary, or what does that boundary look like for you of prioritizing yourself in the different aspects of your marriage and different aspects of your life? How do
mhm.
you set aside time, um or maybe that's not the question. It's more like, how do you differentiate that? I think a lot of people have a hard time with, I guess, with deal breakers
Mhm.
and assessing, like, okay, sometimes, because this is another thing, I think that people, back to that whole, like, trying to find your person and love being trendy and it being cute to be in a relationship, that people hold on to people because they're not honest with themselves, in the same way that people throw away people because they're not being honest with themselves. So how do you find that differentiation of, this is something that you can love somebody through, and this is not working out?
So now that I'm in my big girl age,
You know?
now that I'm in my big girl age, I no longer have that veil of where I feel like, well, I'm gonna people please a little bit now. Like and I don't feel like I have to betray myself or my intuition anymore. If my brain is saying it and my heart is feeling it, then that means it's true for me. And that's the only factor that I can go on, period. So if I feel something and I'm like, okay, this is a mean boundary for me, like I can't look at you the same, then I'm gonna honor that I don't want to be here anymore.
Yeah.
If it's a thing where like maybe I'm hurt because your actions has hurt me, but it's not a place where like I don't want to be around you no more. I'm not there yet, then I'm gonna honor that. We can work through that.
Yeah.
Like it makes me think of Will Smith and Jada too. Like people be like, Will Smith, you look so depressed. He looks so depressed since that came out. Like he need to leave her. She's making him go, like all that
Okay.
stuff. But it's like, really, that's the not the mother of his child, of children. Sorry, the mother of his children. They've been married for decades. Who are you to tell this man what his truth is? You see that he stayed. He hasn't gone nowhere. That's because when he wake up in the morning, he knows his truth is that he loves his wife. So
Yeah.
he's gonna go home. Like what you have to like when it comes to like especially on a path that no one has seen before or like may not be conventional, it may not be normalized, like you do have to trust yourself more
Yeah.
than usual. There's no examples to look on, no like books to read it about, and like
Yeah.
like you have to basically choose what your intuition and your heart is telling you, because that's the only truth that there is really for anyone. Like I can't tell you what from my experiences what to do with yours. I can't tell my partner. I can't tell my besties. I can't like no. Like you have to figure that out yourself, and that's why talk about like the honesty and the communication, like being 100% honest. That's gonna be where the answer is always, because
Yeah.
there's no like like it's just in the truth.
Yeah, and I think that's as a person who's growing into that, I can't
Mhm.
say, to be honest, I'm not where you are. I am still like contemplating and like, well, and that's in different relationships and in
Yeah.
life in
Oh,
general.
I know what you mean.
Um, so I think I'm glad to hear that there is a point that you get to that point of maybe I don't know, maybe for me knowing myself, maybe I just have to be sick and tired of being sick and tired.
Mm,
But it is reassuring that it does come of
yeah.
just being sure.
Yeah.
And sometimes I do like just blame it on being a Libra. And I'm like, well, sometimes I'm just indecisive. Like
Oh, me too. I'd be like, it's just a Libra in
yeah,
me.
it's just a Libra in me. Okay, I'll decide down the road. I'll just I'll wait on it, ponder a little bit more. But
Hmm.
it does come. And to Will and Jada, I feel like the same thing with like Jay-Z and Beyonce. People, I think that okay, in that situation, Jay-Z did cheat because that's what Beyonce said. I'm rocking with my sister.
Yeah, she did. She was monogamous. He probably
She
cheated.
cheated. But I think that when people go through, when people look at relationships like that and they say, oh, she should leave him or he should leave her or whatever the case may be, I think that they also don't realize like the how binding a marriage is. And especially when you're someone with that much assets and that much life and that much, it's not a divorce, honey. Like we're breaking up a company. Like this is not like
Yeah.
piece of paper and we're like, okay, we're not together anymore. Like that's not how this works. And when
Mhm.
people were like, "Oh, he looks so bad," I'm like, "Did y'all ever consider that y'all are the people who are making him stress out?" Like, maybe it's not his wife. Like, maybe because there's no way that he didn't know about August. There's no way that Jada don't know about whoever the hell else and XYZ. Like, I don't know. That was a very interesting situation, and I'm just very Will Smith is a Libra, so I'm like
Oh.
my brother.
Mm.
I stand beside him. Like I can't deal. I cannot deal with y'all. Okay, I like this. I like this. This is a very I think like opening conversation for me because
Hmm.
I think that there are so many times when I want to I'll blame it on the Libra in me. The Libra in me wants to rely on the aesthetic of love to
Hmm.
make it feel right. And that's not what is gonna make it feel right or make it feel wrong.
Hmm.
But honoring that feeling and being true with myself. And I mean, I talk a lot of shit in my room. Like I can talk shit to myself, but then it gets time to do it, and I'm like, ooh, maybe not, maybe not. Let me think about it for a second longer. No, 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 no. I can't make the decision. But I like that, and I like that even in your marriage, you guys have found. I don't know. I feel apprehensive to use the word unorthodox, but I just think it's
I
different.
know what you mean.
It's just
Hmm.
different.
Yeah.
But finding that space and finding that love and that honesty and communication with each other in any situation is rare, and it's hard to find, and it's hard to keep.
Yeah.
So I think it's admirable, especially with somebody. You say it's come with your age, but I find you very young.
No, I'm super young,
Yes.
but like definitely before, because like I, especially like, not only am I in my Saturn return right now, but like I am heading out of my 20s for real.
Yeah.
So like I'm really like releasing those like kind of childish ways
Yeah.
of like, oh my gosh, how are people looking at me? Like, no, I'm a grown ass woman. Like I decide that. Like, oh my gosh, what is they gonna think? No, that don't matter. When I shut this, even when we shut this call off today,
Yeah.
you're not gonna know nothing. Like I have to be in charge of that and take care of that.
Yeah.
So I just more settling in now as I get older and like being like a grown ass woman. Like even how you said like you're still in it now, and you'd be like, "Oh, I'm not there yet," but it's good to know that it comes. Like
Yeah.
it does come, but it comes with practice. Like it's not just go because it's 35-year-old, 38-year-olds that
True.
still be like, "Bro, I can't do that." Like I actively took the time to practice that more and more, because I'm very adamant and very like serious about living a life that reflects who I am and what I believe, and like just reflects me in general. Like when I wake up in the morning, I
Yeah.
want to feel like, yeah, this is the life for me.
Yeah.
And that can only come with me being fully 1000% 100 with the people around me and with myself. And then if I didn't put it into practice, I probably will still be a people pleasing girl now. And
Okay. Okay. I'll deal with the practice. Let me see if this light makes it.
it's hard, girl. So I can't really just say, because maybe for myself, for myself, it was hard. I used to be, oh my God, should I say that? It's gonna
Okay.
affect my trust
Is
me,
it
but like,
true?
okay, but I would say another thing that has helped me become a bit more like, my closest friend, she is very like that. Like she's gonna, you can't sway her from, like, she gonna tell you the truth if it disappoints you a little, if it like is telling you about yourself a little, like, or if it maybe not agrees with you all the way, like she's going to tell it. So like having a connection like that,
Yeah.
it kind of opened up the door for like knowing that not everybody is going to take your truth as an offense. They're going to understand, like, hey, like, not everybody's going to be like, because I don't agree, or because this is your truth, like, oh, I can't fuck with you no more,
Yeah.
or you might want to do this. Like, it showed me the possibility, like, that's real. Like, you could be honest, you could be a full 100%, and ditch your people pleasing, and you'll probably even find the people that are actually supposed to be around you, because you're no longer people pleasing, like you're being genuine. So it comes with practice for sure, but like having that space where I could practice it,
Yeah.
now I find that it's like definitely like not as hard for me to like speak my mind a bit more, or be honest about like, what I think or how I feel.
Yeah. I appreciate you so much. I appreciate you so much. When I tell you, we had a rainstorm coming in, and I was like, dang, I wonder if the audio is going to pick up. Maybe I should reschedule. And the Lord was telling me, no, you need to have this, do it and do it. And I don't know, be present.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of this is things that I needed to hear. So I appreciate you,
Shay.
Lyric. I really do.
Shay. No, thank you for having me. I know we've been mutuals for a while. We went to school together, so we have mutuals from there. Then, like, of course, on the internet. But I
Yeah.
always, but like, I that's why I was like I was gonna reschedule too, just because like I always overbook. I have ADHD, but I was like, you know what? It's an hour and a half. Like, I could really squeeze that in there if I squeeze it.
Yeah.
So.
to be intentional. Let's we have to make this happen.
If
Okay.
I believe that I could do it, but I'm really glad that I came because, like, even for me, like, this is a conversation where I don't have a lot. Like, my friends know I'm poly and stuff, but like, of course, my closest friends I've talked to it with, but like, I don't really, express much unless like I'm on my close friends and I'm like
Yeah.
talking about my opinions and stuff like that. So, and I will also say, since you said that as well, one thing I can say about being, since I've been in a polyamorous relationship and on this polyamory journey, I have learned so much about myself. And I think that also has like attributed to me like standing my ground on like where I am. Like be like even like when I was telling earlier about like I was jealous when my for my partner
Yeah.
my had their first partner they were dating. I learned so much about myself through that. Like learning about like where does that feeling of jealousy come from for me?
Yeah.
Where do I need to validate myself more? Where do I need to check more? Like the whole I feel like people shy away from doing hard things, but that's where the answers are. Like or and like how you say unorthodox, like they
Yeah.
shy away from doing that type of stuff. But you might need to like push yourself a little out there to learn more about yourself. So like I would say like it's definitely been something that has contributed to like me being more like, okay, this is me. This is what I'm gonna
Right,
do.
right. This is what I'm
Like,
feeling. This is what I know about
yes.
myself. This is what I can
Yes, I know
agree.
this, and I know I don't like that. I do know I like this. Like like
Yeah.
it's opening up more of like the just the full multifaceted human being that I am.
I love that. I love that. And I really hope that I'm going to be more intentional. This conversation has encouraged me to be more intentional about what that looks like for me
Hmm.
and being and making that decision because most of the time
Hmm.
I know what I want or I know that decision. I'm just a little anxious about making it because it
Hmm.
feels so permanent.
Hmm. Hmm.
Um but I like that because one of the things that I really like about you, and especially with how you express yourself, as I watch you, like just on whatever you share, is
Hmm.
that you are yourself, and it seems so authentic, and it feels so genuine. And even the conversations, even the books that you read, that you share on your close friends, and things like that, it just I like that you're different than me. And I like that I can learn from you. And I like
Yes.
that when you share, it is meant to. I think a lot of times, like it seems like you're sharing to share. Maybe you're sharing for yourself, but I really receive a lot of the words you say. So I appreciate your presence, and I'm looking for the damn the book TikToks, girl. What we had a video, and I said, well, where am I supposed
Okay,
to
okay.
go?
Look, TT got two jobs. TT got a wife. TT got kids. That's a dog, but it's still kids. TT got things to do. I'm actually in the process of editing when this. I actually needed to hear those words. Sometimes I feel like uh people might not want to hear as much because it's not as normalized or orthodox, or are people even receiving my words? So like that is hella affirming for someone that's trying to
Yes.
content create. So thank you very much for that. I'm gonna get off this and go edit it right now. But no, because I did record because I was like, dang, it's been a month. Like, but
And
but I'm definitely like gonna be posting more and talking about more and just like
okay, good.
expressing more of like because I'm a gatekeeper of my personality because I know I'm unorthodox. I know that whatever the society got going on, I'm doing the opposite. I'm a Libra Lilith. So I'm objecting
You know,
I'm objecting all the aesthetics of the
all
society,
the opinions.
all the opinions, and so I
Yeah.
be gatekeeping the hell out of my personality. So I'm in a place right now where since I've accepted myself, like making it be broadcasted.
Yes.
So definitely that was very, very affirming, and I'm a post it this week, girl. I'm gonna post it this
Okay.
week.
Because I'm gonna be looking for it.
Okay, I'm gonna put it.
Okay.
Thank you.
And in two
I'm
weeks
gonna
from now, if I don't see it, I'm gonna DM you,
I'll be
ma'am.
like, it's still editing, baby. It's still
Okay.
editing, and I'll be right there.
You're like, it's pending. It's pending. It's coming.
Okay, but the editing is a whole job.
Girl,
Like that's a job. This is why I should have went to college for this.
no, for real. I'm
I
like, these little
do.
cute videos that the influencers doing, they real cute, but then they take
They're
2 hours to make. I'm confused as to what is, yeah.
And the influencers, I'm never gonna say nothing about y'all ever again. Y'all are working.
Okay,
Y'all are
hard.
actually working. Yeah, y'all are working.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's even with your podcast.
Oh, girl, I got episodes pending right now that I need to slice up and chop and figure it out. Lord, it's a lot. It's a lot. But I appreciate you so much. Thank you so much for just being willing to have this
Yes.
conversation, for squeezing
Yes.
me in, and just sharing your thoughts with this community, with our growing community. I cannot tell
Absolutely.
you how much, like, just in the stages of me trying to not gatekeep my personality or my thoughts or the questions that I have,
For sure.
that you being a part of that is really helpful and it means a lot to me. So I appreciate you.
Yes. And thank you for having me. The work that you do is also very allowing that door for introspecting for the people that you bring on your show. So like just being in this space and like having this conversation, sitting down, definitely I'm gonna have like hella takeaways and like just be it definitely opened up something in me to like really express more and be in a place where I
Yes.
can express more. So I'm very grateful and I'm very grateful I said yes. And I'm very grateful I was able to squeeze you in. Thank you for
Thank
having me.
you. Yes, I appreciate you. Please have a safe, well, week. And just let me know if you ever need anything. I'm always here.
I got you and let me know as well.
All righty. Have a good
All
day.
right. You as well. Bye.
Bye.